What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome to episode 2 of the FUT Champions 1 and Up. Play with the best players and build the best squads for less at ufifa.com for super cheap FIFA points and FIFA coins. Use code TVM at checkout. The link is in the description. So at the end of the last episode, I asked you guys to vote on which player you wanted to see in the next episode for one game as a loan, and we had 16 or 17 thumbs up on DeFrel at the time. So he is the new loanee just for one game. That's it, nothing special, just one game with DeFrel over Johnson, and I personally would have gone with DeFrel as well. So we're going to see if he performs in this game against a 4-4-2 with Neymar on the left hand side. Very strong La Liga defense, and of course we have Fernando Torres and Ben Yedder up front. Not the easiest of sides to go up against. As you can see in the top left, I've added the we had it in the first episode as well, but just to reiterate the fact that obviously the 0 represents the amount of upgrades we have for the match that we are currently playing. Dembele comes very close to getting a goal in the early stages of this game. And to be honest, we picked up where we left off, because in the last episode, of course, spoiler alert, we actually finished the episode by winning 4-0. So the pressure that we are applying here really is carrying on from the last episode. It was a complete different session. There was about 12 hours difference. Good bit of strength from the striker, or the winger I should say, on the left hand side of DeFrel, the loanee. Whoever, by the way, said in the comments, DeFrel to bang in them goals, and that's the comment that got thumbed up. I did not expect him to actually score any goals, but he got in there to score one, then he got in there a few minutes later to score his second to make it 2-0. No upgrades for Dembele, of course. But at the moment we are winning this game 2-0. Very unlucky not to be awarded a penalty there. Should we have been given one? I personally believe so. The ball comes in to DeFrel again here. Lovely through ball there to Dembele, who puts it in. Unfortunately, he is offside. And we go into the half-time interval. 2 goals to the good. The opposition have only had one shot on target. Bearing in mind, apart from DeFrel and Dembele, we have a full bronze team. I go into these games expecting nothing and just come out with nothing more than just plaudits for the team. Unbelievable performance in every single game that we play so far, and indeed in the rest of the episode. Just unreal performances from all of these players. That was a bit weird. If you look that back, right, Dembele should have scored there. Yes, I'm aware. But if you look at the reaction of Dembele as he shoots, he almost gets pushed right back into the edge of the area. It makes no sense to me. We managed to go 3-0 up and pretty much secure the win with the left mid from a DeFrel shot. Obviously no DeFrel hat-trick just yet. Ball played out wide from him. Quieto there looking to do some damage. Plays it up and over to Dembele. Great save from the keeper, and who is there to complete his hat-trick? None other than DeFrel. It's not over though. Still looking for that upgrade. A little 1-2 here with DeFrel and Dembele. He's in and somehow manages to miss. I tried to finesse there because I was thinking to myself, a lot of people in the comment section be saying, you should finesse more. Well, I do, and I still miss. But fortunately, outside of the strong foot for Dembele is good enough to put in an upgrade 5 minutes from time. DeFrel picks up a hat-trick in his one and only game for the club. And believe it or not, Dembele picked up 2 assists. So we're going to get to throw in a couple of stat cards on our bronze players. Look at the absolute bombardment there. Away from home, 5-0, and we could have easily have made it 10. That is going to be the final game, well, the one and only game we play with DeFrel. Thank you very much for helping me out with that one. It did help, and we managed to go on and get ourselves an upgrade. And here he is, Emre Moore. A lot of people have been asking for him in the comments. You need Emre Moore, you need Emre Moore. Well, I'm going to put him in there and see what he's all about. I've never used him before. 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot, 87 pace, of course. The 2 players that I've decided to boost stats of are going to be the left wing Quieto and Allen in the centre of midfield. Now, I did say that we're going to put gold stat cards on these players, and I have done on Allen. What a team, by the way. Okay, Suarez off chem, but still very pacey, very skillful. But I've decided to put a silver attribute card on the left wing, just purely because I don't have too many, or didn't have really too many stat cards that suited that position. But I feel like he required a boost, and I wanted to give him a boost of acceleration, and the silver stat card was all I had, and I wasn't going to go spend 3-4k on an all 10. Early on, Bellerin in the opposition gets himself a red card, which is actually not a great thing in FIFA. We get a penalty with Dembele and we've hit the post. It's just typical. I cannot score with Dembele at the moment. I don't know what it is. We sustain the pressure here. Ball nearly makes it through to Emery Moore, but unfortunately it doesn't. He goes up the other end with Theo Walcott causing some damage, plays the ball into the box here, managed to get a bit of luck, but a great save from the goalkeeper, who's not happy with his defence. And I can sort of reiterate that, really. I was not happy with the way we were playing in that half. We got, obviously, the man advantage. But in FIFA, that to me is not an advantage. It's actually a disadvantage. If you get a red card, your team suddenly plays a lot better. And that's exactly what I felt. As soon as this guy had the red card, I felt hindered somewhat. I don't know, maybe it's something coded into the game. Maybe it's a psychological thing. I'm not quite sure. But I didn't feel as in control as what I did before the red card happened. The penalty was... well, very, very disappointing to miss, and of course we go a goal down, of course, and in quick succession this guy goes up the other end yet again with Theo Walcott and plants a beautiful shot. I say beautiful shot, I mean it's not really difficult to score against a bronze keeper. The one thing that I am very fortunate with, and have been fortunate with lately, is that no one's really taking long shots against me. Look at this for a team, informs everywhere, and they're all good ones as well, and the ones that aren't informs are still 85 plus rated players. Unbelievable team to come up against when you are desperate for a goal with Dembele, and Lukaku punishes me so much in this game. Scores a very early goal there, 12 minutes, with a glancing header. We're on the AIDS pitch again. Is this the is it the Leicester Stadium? I might be wrong there. We managed to pull them back actually from a beautiful cross from that right hand side. Emery Moore there to open up his account to make it 1-1. Not going to get anything for that Emery Moore goal, of course. No Dembele assist or anything like that. Lukaku again punishing us with a ball into Mkhitaryan. Great save from the goalkeeper, but it was just relentless pressure from this guy, to be fair. There wasn't an awful lot I could do. I was holding my own for the most part, but I was saying that I was defending my own for the most part. Again, the edge of the area there. Gundogan with an effort. Great save from the goalkeeper. One of the only long shots to come in, incidentally, but the keeper this time, incidentally, was equal to it. Dembele tries to get himself in here, takes a shot, easy save for Czech in the end. No real conviction behind the shot, and that is half-time, where you can see that we are on the back foot there. Great passing accuracy from us, considering that we have all bronze players bar that Dembele card. Of course, 93% is an insane amount, but the possession would really suggest as to why we have that 93%. Good effort from Dembele early in the second half, looking menacing, but we can't quite put the ball in the back of the net. And the 57th minute proved to be a crucial one for us, because Lukaku, again, in behind, punishes us for some sloppy defending. I say sloppy defending, there's nothing really I can do about it. And again, 90th minute, just to cap it off, we lose 3-1. I believe... I'm not quite sure what did we lose 2-0 in the last game? Not quite sure. We don't concede too many goals. The goal margin normally isn't that wide, but unfortunately a 2-goal margin enough to send us down, really. 3-1. And then we come up against this guy, which I was actually really excited to go into the game, because he's got 5 in the midfield, which is going to be difficult to get hold of the ball, because he's going to be able to pack it, of course. But I was really excited because he had an isolated striker, so him going forward, just, I mean, in my opinion, that can only be a good thing, especially when you've got a weak defence like I do. Dembele plays the ball in there to Emery Moore, who manages to put the ball in the back of the net there. So that's an assist for Dembele, who, incidentally, I don't think I've registered it going into the next game. But we are 2-0 up going into the half-time interval, until Cavani popped up with a bit of magic here on the edge of the area. Lovely little pass into Emre Can, who makes it 2-1. And into the second half, just past the hour mark, unfortunately, our defence crumbles and our 2-goal lead is pulled back. We are now 2-2 going into extra time. We actually have a very good opportunity here with Hakim off the bench into another player off the bench. Now, Hakim hits the post. Had that gone in, it would have been enough to win the game, because we do go into penalties. Callahan's first penalty for the opposition is saved by the goalkeeper. My penalty, unfortunately, by my substitution, is saved by the goalkeeper. But the third penalty is an interesting one, because the game just disconnects completely. He doesn't get the loss, in my opinion, of, well, he might do, I'm saying that, but I don't get the loss, so that game was all for nothing. And we move into the next game. I could have just skipped it completely, but I ran out of time to play another game, unfortunately, so I kind of had to just show you what was going on there. And the amount of passes this guy put together in a game, I mean, it was ridiculous. The amount of possession that he would have had, well, you're going to be able to see it, actually. But he didn't do anything menacing. This guy wasn't good at the game. He just knew how to keep the ball against a bronze team. That's all he was doing, was pass, pass, pass. But he wasn't going forward with it more often than not. He was just passing it around his midfield, especially after Alexis Sanchez scored that goal. All I was getting throughout the rest, look at that, 75% possession. All I was getting for the rest of the game was me having to use all the stamina on my players to chase down the ball. You can see that he had a great passing accuracy on him, and to be fair, he did, but it didn't really count for anything because he wasn't going forward with the ball. He was passing it around in his own half the time. It was very frustrating to play against, and what can I say, the game finished 1-0, no upgrades, no action really, no shots on target for us, a lot of the ball being played in the midfield there. He did have the ball in my half an awful lot, but it wasn't really anything convincing, you know. I think he only had 4 shots on target all game, despite having 70+% possession, which is just embarrassing more than anything. Very frustrating opponent. That will do it for this episode. I've had an absolute nightmare with reviews the last 24 hours. I've actually lost 3 full videos that were meant to go up over the next 2 days. So I've had to do them again. So I'm going to have to cut this short. There will be another episode tomorrow, and there will be another episode on Tuesday, and that will probably be it for the 1-and-up for this week. If you have enjoyed this episode of the FUT Champions 1-and-up, do me a huge, massive, solid favour and smack that like button. Would really mean a lot if we could hit that 100 like target again. Subscribe to the channel, of course, if you are new around here, and until the next time, goodbye.